Good morning, students. Welcome in this class. This is class 8, subject Social Science, and we are studying Geography chapter 3, Minerals and Power Resources. It is the third lecture of this chapter, and in today's lecture, the topics which are to be discussed are like these: non-conventional resources. And under non-conventional resources, the resources which will be discussed are like these: solar energy, wind energy, nuclear energy, geothermal energy, tidal energy, and biogas. So let's we start today's discussion. Yes, our first topic, non-conventional resources. Yes, friends, as we have studied that there are two types of power resources, conventional and non-conventional. Conventional resources are the non-renewable resources, means which can't be renewed. Once they have used, they are exhausted. Understood? And these types of resources means conventional resources, they create pollution also. Now non-conventional resources are the resources that have come into use recently, means few years back, and these resources are renewable resources of energy, means they can be renewed, they can be used again and again. And the main advantage of these resources is that these resources are pollution free and they are inexhaustible, means presented in large amount, can't be finished. And the examples of non-conventional resources are bioenergy, solar energy, wind energy, and tidal energy. Yes, now we will discuss about all these non-conventional resources. Yes, friends, the first resource, solar energy. Yes, solar energy is the energy or the power which is obtained from sun heat and sun rays. Actually, this type of energy is obtained or practiced in the tropical areas. Means tropical area means the areas which are located near the equator. And in these areas, sun rays fall directly. So that's why means these areas are the good places to get solar energy. So in this way, what is done actually, solar energy that obtained with the help of solar panel. So what is solar panel? Actually in solar panel, many voltaic cells are joined to each other, and these voltaic cells trap the sun heat and act as a semiconductor and convert this heat into electricity. Understood? And this solar energy is very useful, like it is used in solar heaters, solar cookers, solar dryers. All these things are based on the solar energy, and the solar energy is used for traffic signals also, in street lighting also. Okay, and the main advantages of the solar energy, like it is cost free and it does not create any pollution. But some limitation, or you can say some disadvantages are also there of solar energy. First is there that it can be obtained only in the tropical area, just I told you, where sun rays fall directly, and it can be obtained during only the during daytime, means no can't be obtained in the rainy season or at the night time. Understood? Yes. Now our next resource is there. First, we will give a look on the diagram of solar energy. Here one diagram is there. Look it very carefully, in which you can see that solar panel is there, means in which many voltaic solar cells are there, which are connected to each other. These solar cells trap the sun heat and act as semiconductor and convert this heat into electricity. And this electricity, or you can say power, is stored in inverter also, okay, which can be used later on further. And this electricity is used for street lighting and traffic signals and to run many appliances in our house. Understood, friends? Yes. Next one is there, that is wind energy. Wind means that is moving air. moving air is known as wind. So the energy which is obtained from moving air, means wind, is known as wind energy. It is inexhaustible source of energy, means renewable source of energy presented in enough amount. And how it works, how wind energy is produced. Actually, it is practiced in coastal areas. In coastal areas, windmills are set up in the field, which is known as wind farm. Yes, friends, wind farm is the area in which many windmills are connected to each other. Okay, and in these windmills, the turbines are there, and these turbines are are rotating with the help of high speed wind. Means high speed winds rotate the turbines of the windmill, and these turbines are connected with a generator. Okay, so this generator that convert this heat or energy into electricity. So in this way, wind energy is produced. And wind farms are found in Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, UK, USA and Spain. So understood, students, about the wind energy? Yes. And means what are the benefits or advantages of wind energy? Same, that it does not create any pollution, but the limitation or disadvantage is there, that these windmills are set up only on particular areas where winds blow with great speed. Actually, the wind speed which is required in the windmills around 15 kilometer per hour. This is there. And Denmark is called the country of winds, and Germany is the leading country in the using wind energy to produce electricity. Okay, next one is there, that is nuclear energy. Yes, students. Nuclear energy is obtained from energy which is stored in the nuclear atoms of naturally occurring radioactive elements like uranium and thorium. Means they are obtained from the atoms, and which are the combinations of the two elements, radioactive elements, uranium and thorium. And actually nuclear energy is obtained with the two processes, fusion process and fission process. What is fusion process or fission process? Nuclear fission process refers to the separation of atoms to get nuclear power or energy, and fusion process means fusion process refers to the combination of two or more atoms to obtain nuclear power. In both processes, the energy which is released is used to produce electricity, and the nuclear power which is produced, the greatest producer countries of nuclear power are USA and Europe. And if we talk about India, that in India, uranium which is used in this nuclear energy, the great deposit of the uranium in India in Rajasthan and Jharkhand. Thorium found in large quantity in the monazite sands of Kerala. And nuclear power station in India, that is located, one nuclear power station is located in Kalapakkam in Tamil Nadu, Tarapur in Maharashtra, Rana Pratap Sagar near Kota in Rajasthan, and Narora in Uttar Pradesh, and Kega in Karnataka. These are some famous nuclear power station of India. Here diagram is shown. Nuclear power, look there, fission process is there. During this fission process, heat is generated and released, and this heat is used to for boiling water, and during boiling water steam is generated, and this steam help to rotate the turbines, and turbines are connected with generator, and generator convert this energy into electricity. Yes. Next one is there, geothermal energy. Yes, students, geothermal. Geo means related to earth. Thermal means power. So the power which is obtained from the earth heat. Actually, the heat or energy means, what is the meaning of geothermal? Means the heat or energy obtained from under surface of the earth is called geothermal. And for that, yes, students, as we know that the temperature in the interior of the earth rises steadily as we go deeper and deeper. So sometimes this heat or energy reaches on the surface of the earth, which is known as hot spots or hot springs. So what are these hot spot and hot springs? Actually, due to geological changes, the molten rocks are pushed up and get trapped in regions. So these regions are known as hot spots or hot springs. And when underground water comes in the contact with this hot spring, steam is formed, and this steam moves the turbines to generate electricity, and the hot water which reaches to the surface is called hot spring. Understood? And the countries which use geothermal energy power plants in large numbers are New Zealand and USA. New Zealand, Ireland, Philippines and Central America. And if you talk about India, in India, geothermal plants are located first in Manikaram, which is in Himachal Pradesh, where hot springs are there, and Puga Valley in Ladakh. So understood about geothermal energy means the energy which is obtained from the earth heat. Okay. Yes. Here diagram is shown of the geothermal energy, in which we see that the water and wells are there, in which that pipes are fit, and through this steam or the heat is coming, and these heats help or the steam helps to rotate the turbine blades, and the turbines are connected with generator, and generator convert this heat into electricity. And sometimes this heat by the natural cracks come or reaches on the surface of the earth, which are known as hot springs. Next one is there, that is tidal energy. Yes students, first you must know the meaning of tides. Means the energy which is obtained from the sea tides. So what are tides? Actually, tides are formed or tides as the level of the water rises and falls in the sea and oceans due to the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun. Means tides are, you can say, periodically rise and falls in the sea water. And with the help of these tides, energy can be obtained. So the energy which is generated from these tides are known as tidal energy. And for that, what is done? A turbine is fixed. First, dams are built. And where these dams are built? Dams are built across a narrow opening to the sea. And at that place, a turbine is fixed at the dam, and which converts tidal energy into electricity. Understood? First, at the narrow opening of the sea, first turbines are set up, and these turbines are connected with generator, and the generator convert this energy into electricity. And what are the advantages of this tidal energy? Like it is renewable source of energy that can be used all through the day or night, and it is non-polluting sources, and it means once it is set up, after that it does not cost more. Disadvantages of this tidal energy are like these, means the location where such dams can be built are very limited, and the cost of building such dams and maintaining them is also very expensive. Understood? So in this way, means tidal energy is produced. Next one is biogas. Yes students, biogas means a gas which is released from the waste or organic waste. Organic waste such as dead plants and animals materials, animal dung, kitchen waste can be converted into a gaseous fuel which is known as biogas. And how it is released? Actually, first, organic waste means dead plants, animals, kitchen waste like the peels of fruits and vegetables. All these things are dumped into a pit, and in which water is also mixed. So after some times, this waste organic is decomposed by the bacteria, and during this process one gas is released which contains methane and carbon dioxide. Means the gas which is released during this process is the mixture of methane and CO2. Okay, and it is an excellent fuel for cooking and lighting and produces huge amount of organic waste. organic manure. So the advantages of this biogas is there. Actually, first, it is an excellent fuel because it contains large amount of methane and which burns without smoke. And next one is there that its heating capacity is also very high. It can also be used for lighting, for producing electricity. And the main advantage is there. Another main advantage is the slurry, means the waste which is left after using it or behind it, used as manure, and which is rich in nitrogens and act as a fertilizers for fields. So understood about biogas? So means first all organic waste is dumped into a pit, water is mixed in it. After some time this organic waste is decomposed by bacteria, and during this process gas is released which contain methane and carbon dioxide, and it is an excellent fuel for cooking. Yes, now in this way our chapter is completed. Now note down your homework. Yes, in homework, first question is there, how is a hydroelectricity produced? Next one, give 5 ways to save energy at home. Next one is give reason. This is your NCERT question. Environmental aspects must be carefully looked into before building huge dam. Yes, beta, here some mistake is there. This huge dam, this two words are the part of this question first. Means, what is the question? Environmental aspects must be carefully looked into before building huge dams. Second part, most industries are concentrated around coal mines. What are the reason behind it? Quarrying can become a major environment concern. And next question, differentiate between biogas and natural gas. So this is your homework. Answer of this question you have to write in your fair notebook. Now we will have a discussion on a solution of lecture 2. Yes, in which first question, list uses of 5 minerals. Yes, first iron. It is the most widely used metal. It is used to make steel, which in turn is the basis of all sorts of machinery, agricultural implements, transport equipments and items of daily use. Copper. It is mainly used in electrical industries to make electrical wires and appliances due to its high conductivity. Gold, precious metal and used in making jewelry. Bauxite, it is the ore of aluminium which is used in manufacturing of kitchen cookware, aircraft, automobile because it is light in weight. Manganese, it is used in steel making and in making alloys. It is also used to manufacture bleaching powder, electrical batteries, glass and to color bricks, tiles and pottery. Name 2 regions rich in natural gas resources. This is your NCERT question 1. 2 regions in India rich in natural gas resources are Jaisalmer and Krishna Godavari Delta. Why is petroleum referred to as black gold? This is also NCERT question 3, third part. Petroleum is very valuable fossil fuels and it is used for running all machineries, transport vehicles, etc. And it has black appearance and valuable as gold. That's why it is known as black gold. So means due to its black appearance and valuable as gold. That's why it is known as black gold. So friends, in this way our today's lecture is completed. Tomorrow we will meet with the summary of the lecture of this chapter. Thank you.